Okay, welcome to this part one session. We're going to be focusing on proportions, which is I believe this is the most important part because it's basically like the foundation of everything. So I'm posing this base mesh to like a normal anatomical position, so we can be able to use our heads as measurements. So this like measurement um, process only works on in this pose. So once you pose your character to any specific pose, then you can't track your measurements. So this only works with this anatomical position. So I just split the model, the head, um, for our measurements. So and then I'll move it to the side. So basically, I'm going to be doing 7.5 heads, as you can see on our chart over there. 7.5 heads, and then I do a copy. So control and drag to do those copies. Just control and drag. If you don't have any subdivisions, just make sure you don't have any subdivisions. So you can see it doesn't entirely matches up. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna scale it up to that it fits that 7.5 heads. Cause proportions are very important in my point of view. Which it's one of those things we neglect, and it's one of those things we don't consider. But once we done with our sculpt, we see that, oh no, there's everything is wrong there, and we don't know what's wrong. But then it was just the proportions, or probably something else. But then normally, if you start like this, if you make sure um, your foundation it's right, then we are on the right track. So you don't do this once. So it's just wise to name your heads like measurements, as I just done over there, and then keep it on the side. So every time you will keep on checking your proportions with those 7.5 heads, sorry. So you will know that you're on the right track. So yeah, so I'm moving my base mesh over here to fit the shape, because basically we making a male figure. He's gonna be like a bit muscular, but then not too much. So right now it's all like in my head. I'm just looking at the skeleton and then turning on my heads just to find bony landmarks, where are the joints, where are the bones connecting and stuff. We still in low res. We not too concerned about the details. So you see me like moving the mesh very hard, because I'm still fighting, trying to find um, that those shapes, those basic shapes. Um, like at the stage, like nothing like like comes together. It's like everything is not in place. But then it all starts like that. Just don't give up. Just like that. Just keep on moving. Just checking your measurements and looking at your reference, um, which we will also be providing reference for you guys to for you guys. So they're going to be like a student promotion, which is going to be very cheap for you guys, so you guys can follow along. So it's like nowadays it's kind of easy to use 3D as reference than just using pictures, because you can't see those those shapes, because like everything's flat, and yeah, those forms are not in place. So it's kind of hard to figure out how's everything laying out. So that's why we chose this. Just provide these models for our students for this free tutorial course. Um, at a very affordable price for you guys. So yeah, continuing there. Um, I normally use also the transpose line just to check the measurement, and because I set like the transpose unit to my head length. So whenever I drag out the transpose line, I can figure out what how many heads do I have. So then it's kind of handy also in that way. But then yeah, it also helps just looking at the chart, just looking at the bones where they are, and where are they connecting. And it's also wise to spend time with this, because once you have like everything in place, your measurements are correct, it's going to be easy when we building those forms, when we going to be coming there with the block outs, and which you guys will see also. So this tutorial series was recorded long back ago, so the audio might be different, so everything might be the videos might be different, but then we decided, let's just compile these videos together for you guys for free, that you might get at least like an understanding to to how to do things, to how to sculpt an enemy figure in ZBrushCore. So as you can see, I'm not like too fussy uh, about the details. I'm just concerned about the form. So just keep on moving your base meshes, guys. This base mesh, it's in the light box. So you can go through your light box and go to the printing. I think it's 3D print section. I mean, you'll find this base mesh over there. So you guys can follow along with that. Just grab that base mesh, and then turn on Dynamesh at a very low resolution, because we don't want to be fighting with the topology, like we don't want to be fighting with the mesh at this stage. So just make it very low res, probably 128, which is the default, I believe, resolution, and then just come in there. So I assigned like hotkeys in with my brushes, so you guys might not see me switching between those brushes. So I thought, let me just mention that. So I what I did to assign hotkeys, just clicking on the, like hovering over the brush you want to assign a hotkey, just hold down Control and Alt on Windows. I think it's Command and Options on the Mac, and just click, and then just choose your desired hotkey. Thank you.